This video is sponsored by Established Titles.
So you don't, right now you're not feeling bad about anything?
I have nothing to feel bad about other than I got myself in here because I allowed myself to be out on the street.
This video contains the interview of serial kidnapper Gabriel Rene. During the early spring of 2017, Kissimmee, Florida residents were gripped with fear during a month-long period of random kidnappings. Gabriel Rene targeted both men and women, basing his choices on where his victim worked or what type of car they were driving. By the end of his spree, he had 5 confirmed victims. Renee escalated the violence of his crime over time as he became more comfortable. When he first started out, he lied about having a gun pressed to the back of the person's head. Instead, he used a pair of scissors. He would force his victim to drive around while he robbed them of their money and any other valuables. Renee kept Frank Novak driving in the car for 25 hours, waiting for the next day when Novak would be paid. Novak was terrified and says that Renee would taunt him by being friendly one moment and telling him he would be killed the next. Renee said that, "I should have killed you right back there when I first picked you up. But you were carrying those Catholic beads," Renee told him. According to Novak, "I couldn't bring myself to kill you because you believed in God." Renee videoed his time with Novak and even forced the man to go back and reenact the original kidnapping. He then placed the video on Novak's phone with a message for the police: "Happy hunting, mother F pigs." Things became more grim on April 12th when Renee kidnapped his final victim, a woman who was watching Disney fireworks from a Target parking lot. When he discovered she had no money, he beat her, sexually assaulted her, and forced her to drive around while he looked for other victims before he eventually released her. 2 days later, police apprehended Renee.
Alright. What do you want me to address you as?
My name, which is Gabriel.
Gabriel? Oh, 'cause some people tell me Mr. and then their last name. That's,
Yeah.
so, instead of me just assuming, I'd just rather just ask.
So I'm Renee or Gabriel, that's fine.
Huh?
Renee, Gabriel, either one.
If you have any question when I read these, just feel free to just ask, alright?
Yeah.
So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say yes, please, only
Yes.
to the microphone? Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one will be provided before questioning without charge. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, totally understand all of you.
Yes.
So, you like to know what this is all about?
I already know this is all about the same stuff as the last time.
Not quite. And that's why we're here.
Renee's voice is flat and emotionless, and he looks anywhere but at the detective in an effort to distance himself. Although it may be just a coincidence, Renee's attitude might have prompted the detective to use the mirroring technique. The mirroring technique is used to establish rapport and sympathy by subtly replicating the physical and verbal behaviors of another person, which can include mimicking their clothing choices. But before we continue with the case, let's hear from today's sponsor. As some of you may already know, both me and my dog are already lords of our kingdoms, thanks to Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on historic Scottish custom, where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords, and ladies in English. Their title pack gives you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. They also plant a tree with every single order. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, and more. It also makes a great last-minute gift. First 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will most likely be right next to my plot. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or lady, we can build our own Stranger Stories kingdom. Go to establishedtitles.com/stranger10 and help support the channel. Plus, you can get 10% off any purchase with the code STRANGER10. Thanks again to Established Titles for sponsoring this video.
I can't tell you.
The last time, the other detective there was asking you about places you've been and people you've been in contact with.
I don't remember all that, but I'm pretty sure I was asked because that's the typical question.
Do you remember last Friday?
That was Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Vacantly, yeah.
Is it because you were tired, you were on medication?
I just don't remember. I mean, I remember a little bit of it because, like I said, I was asked a whole bunch of different questions. So unless you know, are specific about a question, then
Okay. And that's why I want him to come so we can show you stuff in that way. It's just, there'd be really no ambiguity.
yeah, nothing to really talk about.
Huh?
I mean, whatever it is that you have, I guess that's why I'm here to see it, right?
Mm-hmm. So how have they been treating you so far?
I don't know. I'm not in there.
Where are you right now?
Not here.
You bring yourself to a certain place?
I'm just not here. In my own world.
Is there anybody else in there? Do you let anybody else in there?
Just me.
How long you been doing that?
Since I was born. That's where I exist.
So what would you call where we are?
A room, an office.
Just space? And trust me when I tell you, dude, and I study philosophy. So when it comes to time, space, it's all relative to that individual. And I can tell you, honestly, one of my favorite people is, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, is Renee Descartes.
Nah,
Rene Descartes was one of the deepest philosophers. Oh, did you see the folder?
Is it in there, your thing?
Yeah.
Is anybody in there though?
Yeah. It should be right in my bag.
Okay.
Rene Descartes was one of the deepest philosophers, most educated individuals that walked this land. He studied people, is what he did. And he studied the mind. And he said a couple of interesting things. One of the things he said to me was, one thing that I read that he said was, I don't believe anything unless it's proven to me. And not many things have been proven. You think about it, it's the truth, right?
yeah.
Because people can tell you this shit's the truth, but how do you know it's the truth? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that you're in your own world, I can understand that. Because ultimately we are. Some people accept it, some people don't. Some people would understand it, others don't.
Yeah, I guess.
I got your phone.
Yeah, my phone, we have it, I know.
But I got to see what was inside the phone. There was one thing, there was a few things that was interesting. You had a conversation with this dude initially in the park, and then you continued your interview of him, like it looked like it was a bus stop or it was underneath an overpass. Remember that conversation you had with that dude?
The detective tries to connect with Renee, but Renee has admittedly drifted off in his own mind. He has cut himself off from the situation and comes across as apathetic.
It's been a while, I don't know.
You have made points about acceptance, being accepted in society, and working for for what at times. Because the government basically runs this country, runs the people in this country. And you made a couple of points that are absolutely true, that no one can argue. Even the dude argued, because you asked him, do you want to do something? And he's like, yeah. And you asked him, do you want to work? And he goes, yeah, I want to work. You don't remember that? And you actually, at one point, when you guys went from the park to the bus stop, you actually asked him, was he more comfortable talking away from that area because there was people around over there. And the other place you guys were by yourselves. And I don't think too many people will argue with what you were saying because it's true.
I don't recall, but okay.
With the black dude, dreads, black jacket.
I did a lot of interviews, so.
Dude, you even interviewed that dude they call Bob. Down in Kissimmee, the old white guy that walks around like in a police uniform.
Like I said, I did a lot, so I don't know.
Backup Bob is what they call him. How good would you say your memory is?
It's poor.
How far back do you think you can go?
Depends on what occurred. Some things are easier to remember than others. So,
Would it be disrespectful for me to ask you what your philosophy is?
I don't have a philosophy.
A belief? A way of living?
Like everybody else.
But you just said that you go into your own little world, so
That's fine, man. I still can
still function in this society?
want to be like everybody else and live like everybody else, sure. Why not? It works, right? Everybody's doing it.
Well, it works for some, it doesn't work for all. Some people just can't function in society. True? Not true.
Yeah, true. True. Everything ain't meant for everyone.
There you go.
Thank you. So I was trying to find out how far your memory goes back, and you just said it just depends.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it because some things you just blank out?
Well, it's just not that significant.
So the importance level of it is what you remember? Does that look familiar?
That's the same hat you showed me on that picture.
Mm-hmm. So it looked familiar from that same picture?
Yeah, the image you showed me.
Okay. Fair enough. These look familiar? And I know we can show you that picture.
What? I know those are. Those are something that was with me about at least a couple months back. It was in a book bag, but I couldn't find it because somebody had taken it.
Someone had taken what?
The book bag.
The book bag. What color was the book bag? Book bag.
Well, I had two of them. I had a red one and a blue and white one.
I'm sorry, a red one?
Yeah, and a blue
Okay.
and white one.
What was inside that red book bag?
That, those pair of gloves. I had it's been a couple months, like I said, I think I had a shirt, a couple shirts,
Renee claims to have memory problems, but he is able to list several items that were in his bag a month ago. Like many suspects, his recall will probably fade when he is asked about more critical information.
Pair of pants or shorts, I can't remember.
What color were the shorts?
I think navy blue or something like that.
Okay.
Navy blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you leave the red book bag somewhere, or did somebody steal it from you?
I left it. Like I said, I leave my stuff when I have to go.
Do you remember where you left it at?
Yeah. Well, I left it in a washing machine. Well, behind the washing machine. And
Behind a washing machine?
yeah.
Where
laundry,
the laundry?
laundromat. Yeah.
Where was the laundromat at?
I really don't want to give that detail.
Well, but your property's still there.
What do you mean it's still?
It could still be there, or you definitely positive that it's gone.
I know it was gone, so that's why I left it when it went
Oh.
missing. When I went back to get it, it was missing.
Where's the blue book bag?
Where's the blue book bag? What do you mean?
You said you had a blue and a red one.
Yeah, I had a blue and a red one.
I'm sorry?
I had a blue and a red one, yeah.
So where's the blue one at?
That was also missing as well. Both of those.
Where was the last place you saw the blue one?
It was in bushes.
You don't want to share where that is? Was that in the red one or the blue one?
No, those are my shoes.
Those are yours?
Yes. Those also was in the bag as well.
Which bag?
The blue one.
The blue one. You sure it was blue?
Yes. Blue, white, yeah. Yes, that was also something that was missing, yes. I remember that.
And which bag was it in?
Blue.
In the video on your phone, you had mentioned how someone was holding on to your property and they wouldn't give it back to you, and they finally gave it back to you. And
Well, that's what I was, because they had my ID and all that, and they, I guess, didn't recognize me, but apparently, I don't know.
who was they?
What?
Who was they? I don't know who they is. Who was holding on to your stuff?
Well, the people that returned it back to me.
Was that at a hotel? Was that at a restaurant?
I really don't want to go into that detail.
But you said there was property missing.
Yeah, my phone.
It was Apple.
Yeah, my phone. My ex, I bought.
Or something your ex had bought you. How come you never reported it stolen?
Because I don't, what are you guys gonna do? If I report it stolen, just mark it down and that's it. It's a waste of time. And at the time I was afraid because when I first came out, I thought I had a warrant. So I never really tried to be around, like, law enforcement like that.
That's understandable.
Shit, yeah, I understand. I'm definitely not gonna argue that. Any possibility of knowing when your blue bag was stolen?
Maybe sometime around before I got arrested for what is it, grand theft, retail grand theft.
At the Target one?
Yeah,
So that was back.
Before that, you're saying before that?
like around
That time?
because I was out there.
What date was the target? That was before,
I don't know. I don't have that. That was back in, that was last year. 2016?
Yeah, something November, around November.
Because you did like 30, 60, 90 days, something like that?
Yeah, 3 months.
3 months.
The detective asks why Renee didn't report his bag as missing, but given his criminal history, it isn't surprising. Renee has a deep distrust of law enforcement, which will make this interrogation more difficult.
And where you had left the blue book bag was behind bushes,
Yeah.
but the red one was behind a washer.
Yes. Along.
The laundry.
Which is also taken, but
Do you understand the charges that you got charged with recently?
a couple, people seen the news, so they were telling me about it.
People inside the jail?
Yeah. They were telling me about it.
And what did they tell you?
They was telling me the PBL. They were charged with PBL, So I was like,
What's PBL?
they told me it means punishable by life. Like you do life.
Oh, so that's like jail talk lingo kind of PBL?
I don't know if that's jail talk. I don't know if that's, they listen to you guys and they just.
I've never heard that shit before. I
Yeah.
honestly tell you. PBL?
I've heard it before.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one way.
That's what I mean. I told him, so.
I'm pretty sure you don't remember, but I had asked you before about integrity.
Right.
And being honest with yourself. And you told me that you were a person who was honest with themselves and that had integrity. And that if you ever committed a mistake, you would admit to it. Right?
Right.
Has anything changed since that time you gave me that answer? You still
No.
hold that as a belief of yourself?
It's my integrity.
Right? Because if we don't have that, we don't have anything. So, having that in mind, I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay.
Look familiar?
Yeah, that was mine.
Where did you have that at?
In the same bag.
The blue bag?
Yes.
So that's safe to say then that that was also in the blue bag.
No, it's not mine.
That's not yours? How sure are you that it's not yours?
That's not how I would have known. It's that. What is that? Is that a handkerchief? I mean, not a handkerchief, but a scarf.
It's a mask that hunters wear. I'm assuming for camouflage themselves from whatever they're hunting. I don't hunt, so. This was found right next to this in your blue book bag.
That's not mine.
Okay. And that's fair to say. I've never seen you with this on, so I can't say that it's yours. But you know what could say that it's yours? Two things. Eyewitness and DNA.
I don't understand, but like I said, it's not mine.
But I'm saying, those are two ways to prove that it's yours. By someone seeing you wearing it.
That doesn't make any sense. How could somebody see me wearing that if apparently that's a mask?
That's a mask?
You just said that's a mask.
A mask. I called it a mask. I don't know what else to call it. Because you put it over your head.
So if it's a mask, how could somebody see me wearing it?
Your eyes, my man. Your eyes and one last thing. I'm playing my cards because I told you that I'd be honest with you from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not playing any games.
Well, let's back up one more. The gun that you said is yours, correct?
Yes.
Where did you get that from?
I bought it
Where did you buy it at?
from a friend.
You bought it from a friend?
Yeah.
Are you being honest about that?
Yeah. Well, not a friend, but somebody.
Did you buy it from a store?
Somebody gave it. Like I bought it off them.
How much did you pay for it?
25, 30 bucks for
You didn't pay $89.99 for it?
Renee denies owning the mask that was in his bag. This does not surprise the detective. Lying about that would almost be a reflexive action. But even without a witness, there is still the likelihood of DNA evidence, as well as possible security footage that will show Renee in the mask while wearing recognizable clothes or showing enough physical characteristics to determine whether or not it is him. Renee is then asked about the gun. He should have considered his answer more carefully when they quoted the exact price.
So, this is a picture of you.
What's a picture of me?
That was a picture of you.
I need to take a good look at it.
Oh, you just look at it?
And pull it back.
Oh my bad. Damn. Way too many pictures, man.
Okay, and how you figure that's a picture of me?
I know it's you.
Okay.
I know that sometimes believing is hard to do. Because even when I told you from the beginning, this philosopher Rene Descartes, when he said, I don't believe anything that's not proven to me, and not many things have been proven to me, he never said that nothing was ever proven to him. I think you kind of have that same philosophy, that you don't believe anything that's not proven to you.
Well, if that was me, that's proof that's me, right?
Yeah. And I have proof that that's you.
Okay. So,
Is it because you don't want to believe it, or is it because...
I don't understand. You just said if I have a hard time believing, if you said that's me, and you said it looks like me, then.
But that's me believing it. I'm asking you if you believe it.
Well, if you saying that's me, I would say that's not me, then that explains what you just asked me.
Okay. So you don't believe it's you. How about if I show you one last one? Fair?
Show me what I want to show me.
This guy's coming up. Can you see? The question? Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I can't see that.
You can't see that? Why not? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
What is it?
I'm asking you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Joe, Bob,
You
Dave,
you
Frank,
showing me the
Hank?
picture. I don't know. It's coming out of your phone.
Me.
I don't know.
Who do you think that is?
That looks like about 100%.
So, there's your
Like I
gun.
said,
That's the gun. That's the gun that says
That's the
yours.
gun that you says yours. That's the hat that we got you on Friday.
Is that the same?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's fine.
That's a
That's
still
okay.
from a
That's
video.
okay that,
A killer from a what?
That's a still from a video that was on your phone.
that you
So it's
hear-
ironic how you say you don't know who that is when that video was on your phone.
So my question to you now is that, do you not believe everything that you see?
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
You said the video's on my phone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, were you playing around? You videotaped yourself with that. Were you playing around? I mean, you had just got the gun or something like that and you were messing around? Or what was the point of that video? We're just trying to understand.
Like
There
I
was a-
said, I don't understand, like, you saying something I don't believe. I don't understand why I don't believe. It's a gun. It's a BB gun.
It's a BB gun?
Yeah.
And you paid $25 for it.
Well, around that much, 20, 30.
20, 30 from a dude that you really don't know?
Yeah.
But even if you did, you wouldn't tell us who he was, right? I can respect that.
When confronted with a video from his own phone, Rene still denies that it is him in the mask and claims that the gun is just a BB gun. If this is all he has to offer, he would have done better by exercising his right to remain silent.
So you wouldn't think that you were on video purchasing that gun with a mask? If we had video of you doing that, who would that be? Would that be the person that you bought it from, maybe, that did that? Just those two items, the gun and the mask?
Like I said, all that's mine is the BB gun you just showed me, the black one without the thing on it. Cause like I said, that's why I sold it to me cheap because it was messed up.
Did anyone else see that gun
Like,
while it was in your possession? Did you ever show that gun to anybody?
Like I said, I don't have people like that. Most people freak out, so of course not.
Did you ever try to sell it?
Okay, I mean, if I got it for 25, 30, what am I gonna sell it for?
I don't.
$10, $5, it's not worth it.
So you didn't try to sell it?
No.
So when you practiced with your gun, was that because just something to waste time with?
I mean, when I practice with it.
When you videotaped yourself with the gun in the bathroom, walking around, practicing, pulling it out, pointing it at the mirror, what was the point of that? That's what he's asking. Just messing
I
around?
just took a picture.
You took a picture?
I'm saying I was just taking pictures.
Yeah, no, we're just asking. It's just, we're
That's
just
not
trying
a
to figure
tricky
it out.
question at all. It's not a tricky question.
Yeah. We're asking, were you messing around? I mean, I don't know. I was just watching there's a bunch of videos on there, so I don't know if you're playing around or what you're doing. You were in a bathroom in front of a mirror.
I don't know. It's just, taking pictures.
Are you into videotaping, photography, and stuff like that?
Not that I'm aware of, I guess. I never really thought about it like that, deep to be wanting to get into it, like Jax, I just took a couple pictures now.
Did you use your phone a lot to videotape stuff, to record things?
Yeah, I like to. Like I said, I forget, so I like to document certain things.
Okay, so that explains it.
Well, there you go.
That
Yeah.
explains a lot. What would you say about people accusing you of certain things?
I wouldn't say anything. I don't understand the question.
How would that make you feel if someone accuses you of something?
Okay, so.
I wouldn't feel. I mean, unless I got really, got out of hand, I'd be pretty, disappointed or whatnot. But for the most part, I just think that there's something mistaken.
But what if someone accused you of not being a human?
Or someone accused me of not being human?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
That was it. That was the question. What if?
I'm not a human. How could I not be a human?
So you are human.
I believe we all are. Walk the ones that walk on two legs and have hair and breathe oxygen and talk with language. Yeah.
Do you think that all people act like humans?
No.
Do you ever deal with anyone that doesn't act like a human?
I haven't ever dealt with anyone that don't act like a human.
Why? One of the persons, and I'm sorry, I can go back and explain to you why I asked that question, because one of the people that I talked to, that's exactly what they said about you.
I don't know what said what.
She said that you weren't human. She said you didn't act like a human.
Well, people do or not do or have and are entitled to their own opinion, of course. So I don't know who this person is. Like I said, I don't know anybody.
You don't know anybody?
But people do from afar probably do try to figure me out. So
So they judge you without knowing you?
well, they get as much as I guess they can collect, from what I guess I put out around them. So I guess they go off things like that. I'm not gonna say oh, you don't know me, but you may see me around, but like I said, you don't know me because, like I said, I don't know anybody, like, because I saw them, or I see them a lot, you see what I'm saying? I see you, but...
Renee struggles to understand the question, and to be fair, it could have been phrased better. Still, he hardly reacts to being considered less than human, which is unusual. Most people would be hurt, irritated, or even amused.
Every time I see you, and I recognize you just a little bit, it doesn't have nothing. Because I can't tell somebody what you won't do. So that's why I say nobody knows me. Probably see me around.
Without judging or anything, would you say that you're as intelligent or more intelligent than the average person?
I feel equal. I feel more or less.
More or less equal?
You know, I don't feel more or less.
Oh, you don't
equal
feel
than-
more or less.
I
You
feel
feel equal.
I feel equal.
Does it insult you when somebody tries to question your intelligence? It doesn't insult you? Does it make you angry?
I don't talk to people, so I don't know. As far as you have to be talking to somebody for insulting intelligent or hanging around people, I don't do any of that, so I wouldn't know.
So if I start asking you, say, stupid questions, would that insult you? But because we're talking now,
It
so
depends what stupid is, because stupid to you may not be stupid to me.
so it's relative. Because the reason I say that is because I sometimes get upset when people question my intelligence.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now.
Not insulting you?
Yeah.
I apologize, I'm not trying to.
Because I ask you questions and I show you things that are absolute positives, and you still, like, I don't know.
Because you're saying it to me, it's a difference if you were aiming or targeting and, you know, and making such allegations towards someone else, and it'd probably be a little bit more realistic, but because I know who I am and where I'm at, it doesn't match. That's
Okay.
why.
I tell you what, how about we put that to the test right now?
You put whatever.
Oh, we will. Put it to the test right now. You know what that is right there? That's called a photo lineup. You recognize somebody right there?
I don't have any friends, I don't know.
Okay, how about that person? You familiar with that person right there?
Yeah, because it's me.
Right.
With long hair. I
Yeah.
just took that picture.
You just took
I
that
have my ID
picture.
right here, I don't need to get.
Oh, look at that. That's the same picture. No shit. So,
So what's hard about that?
what's hard about that is one of our victims identified you.
You've been saying that since the day. I
No,
was
not me.
arrested.
No. This just happened yesterday. This had nothing to do with Friday. It had nothing to do with Kissimmee Police Department.
Well, like I said, that's your word again. It means nothing to me, but you've been saying that since Friday.
I've been saying what?
Your victims have identified me yet.
Bro, I'm telling you, I never said that because that's my victim from Friday. I mean, that victim there was not Friday. That victim was yesterday. She came forward yesterday. We didn't know anything about her on Friday. She was the one that was able to pick you up out of the lineup. She was the one that told us about your mask and seeing your face. Unless your memory is that bad, You're sitting here insulting my intelligence. And I honestly don't think your memory's that bad.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but whoever you saying said I was in the photo lineup, and that's me. Like I said, it's all that is just inaccurate.
It's inaccurate, but see, this lady has never ever met you in her life. She's never seen you since that day.
Like I said,
But hold on, let me finish now.
Even when he is picked out of a photo lineup, Renee acts as if there is some mistake. The odds of that being the case are slim, but he will pin his hopes on there being enough reasonable doubt.
So how coincidental is it that she picks you, the clothes you're wearing, the gun you're holding, the mask you're wearing, without ever seeing them, knowing that we had them? What's the coincidence there?
But there is not much, but what I'm trying to say is that she can't possibly say whoever is me because I barely carry out my hair, and you said she identified me with that.
I did identify you with what?
You said she identified that photo as me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, whoever it is, they're simply mistaken.
They're simply mistaken.
That's it.
And you're saying that because of the hair?
Well, I'm saying that because of a lot of different things, but mostly because, like I said, I don't know what she's going off, but basically that is what she, trying to say that's me because of, I look different because I have the straighter hair.
She didn't see your hair.
She saw your face.
The night that happened, she saw your face.
She saw my face. What do you mean the night? What happened? She's a victim, you saying?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well, that's why we're talking to you.
You gotta tell me because
I would
you
honestly-
guys are just saying something happened.
How do we know that you were just hanging out with her and she's just trying to freaking get you in trouble like your ex did?
I don't know.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it and figure out what exactly happened. Was this a game? Were you joking around? Are you, hard up on money? Did you not realize? We're just trying to figure out what happened. We know something happened, but we're trying to figure out why.
Well, you're not telling me anything. You're just saying something happened.
I told you.
I don't know what happened.
She picked you out of the photo lineup.
And what is that to me if you're not telling me what happened?
That you were wearing a mask while you kidnapped her.
What is that to me?
And you took the mask off and she saw your face. And by golly, you went to a Waffle House and we got you on video. What more do you need to know?
Again, that doesn't tell me anything.
What about you tell me this? You said it yourself. Remember your ex freaking made some bullshit charges on you and you ended up being arrested because she lied?
Okay, but I don't have anybody I'm in a relationship with.
I'm not talking about you being in a relationship. I'm talking about you were with this girl. We have the proof that we need that you were with her. We just need to know is, did you piss her off and she freaking wanted to do the same shit your girlfriend did to
I
you?
wasn't with any girl.
No. Okay.
Well, we have you on video with her.
Like I said, if you guys are making such assumption based off a photo that you guys have that you haven't showed me, then
I showed you.
what do you mean you showed what to me?
The photo he
Your
showed
photo
you.
lineup, yeah.
Yeah, I showed me a lot of photos. Oh, the photo lineup? Yeah, I seen that. But like I said, I don't know.
Well, you need to start thinking, my man, because remember that what's that PBL or what is it?
The PBL.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. Like I said, you're on video, DNA. I mean, everything's there, okay? Photo lineup, victims, it's all there. We're trying to figure out why. Are you a monster? Are you just this type of person that's brutal, that doesn't give two shits about anybody but yourself? Or are you someone that made a mistake?
Again, you guys are putting this back towards me. It has nothing to do with me.
It's got everything to do with you.
No, it doesn't.
Has everything. This is a matter of what it is. This is a matter of if you're going to put yourself in your little world, like you put yourself in a little world for the rest of your life, and if you're comfortable with that,
I have a big world.
okay, big world. So are you comfortable with being in your big world for the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life, what do you mean?
Rest of your life.
I've been living
Until you
that.
take that last breath.
And
I
let me.
don't look forward to dying anytime soon, so.
I'm sorry?
I don't look forward to dying anytime soon, so.
Do you look forward to being somewhere where you're comfortable?
I'm comfortable. Yeah, I'm comfortable.
So you're comfortable in jail for the rest of your life?
Of course not. I wouldn't be.
Because that's what you're looking at.
Well, I've been told already.
But I'm telling you again that you got another one to worry about. Or at least, I take it back. I'm assuming you would worry to think about.
One thing is, you say you don't talk to any girls or anything like that? None?
No.
Do you have any friends that you talk to?
I don't.
So-
I don't have any friends.
So you don't talk to anybody, correct?
Not as much as most people know.
Okay. So why would, in your phone, you have phone calls and text messages to the girl, the video that we just showed you from Waffle House, that girl? Why would you have text messages and phone calls to her from your phone?
I don't know.
Is she your friend?
Renee continues to lie, despite video evidence of him with the victim. They aren't able to get any reaction out of him, and it is looking less and less likely that he will reveal anything important.
I don't know who this girl is.
Yeah, you don't need to know who she is. Obviously, you guys just met that night, so you don't know much about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't know who this girl is. I don't
Did you
know.
hire her? Was she a prostitute?
I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know anything. Not as far as like, you know, what you guys are talking about.
When's the last time you talked to a girl?
My ex,
When was that?
when I was 19.
Oh shit, 3 years ago?
Yeah, my ex had to leave.
That's the last time you talked to a female?
Yeah.
Your ass. Interesting. Wow. Because I've talked to a couple of females that have talked to you, that say they talked to you. But anybody can say anything, right?
Yeah, like I said, everybody says they seen me before they recognize me. The list goes on.
Do you feel like right now in this room that the world is against you?
The world's always been against me.
And that's all because of your growing up and all that.
I don't know. Maybe something has to do with that. Just a little bit of others. But yeah,
Would you mind sharing?
it's not important. It's
Yeah,
not.
absolutely, it's important. It's important to me.
You know, it's not gonna help my cause, or at least me.
It could, because it could help us understand.
Understand me?
Mhm.
Hey, what do you need to understand me for? Like I said, I have nothing to do with this.
Because, like, I'll tell you why. Because, like he said, either you're a monster or you're just someone that's made mistakes. And you know when that plays a role in? That plays a role on how long you're going to be in jail.
I tell you what, anybody that did what you guys are making allegations of, they're a monster.
Okay. What do you think the person that kidnapped these girls and drove them around or whatnot, or had them drive him around, what do you think they should get as far as jail time?
I can't judge like that.
Why not? You just said that they would be a monster if
You
they did
just
something like
judged
that.
them.
You judged them.
Well, as far as what I think their punishment and, you know,
Mhm.
time, that's not my place. You know, I'm
You
just
don't even
saying-
have an opinion as to what someone should get for that?
I'm just saying because, like I said, if you are, you know, saying it's either you're a monster or that, you know, it's if you know, kidnap somebody and you beat them, and I don't know, you guys said murder too was involved, right?
No.
I thought somebody got murdered.
Nope.
I thought.
Not in our case.
I thought I heard, you know, so at some point I heard somebody said somebody had got murdered in the situation, one of them. So I said, you gotta be a monster.
Mhm. So without anyone being murdered, what would they be? They wouldn't be a monster.
Well, anybody who kills anybody is a monster.
Okay, what about just kidnapping somebody and have them take you around? What kind of person is that?
Kidnap and take you around?
Mhm.
And do what?
Have them drive you around. Maybe take out money. Maybe, you know.
What did this, like I said, what did they do? I don't know.
Well, I'm
guys
asking you,
have
what kind of
studied
person do you think that is? Someone to go up to a female, okay, and point a gun at them, and have the female drive them around, no matter where they went. What kind of person do you think that person is that would do that?
You drive them around?
Mhm.
I don't know too many people that would just want to be dragged around. For what? That sounds loony to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit loony.
Like, I think everybody thinks it's loony. Everybody thinks it's loony what you did.
What I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see you back at me again.
Oh, no, I am definitely back at you.
I can't win with you.
No, because, like I told you before, I'm a
You what?
strong believer.
He's gonna say I did it.
No, I'm gonna say, you heard this from me twice already, this is the third time. Renee Descartes, I don't believe anything that's not proven to me. I'm not saying that nothing has ever been proven to me, but you know what? It's been proven to me here that you are the person who did all
I've been
this.
saying that since the day I got arrested.
While this interview has been frustrating for the detectives, it would have been better if they had controlled their tone and avoided commenting on Renee's mental health. Although it obviously wasn't meant to be any kind of diagnosis, Renee's defense team could use it against them.
And ultimately, right now you can say that. You can say that right now. Yep, I can keep saying that. Come court time, come that time when you're found guilty, then you can't say that no more.
It doesn't matter if I'm innocent, regardless of what you or the system says.
Oh, the system. System.
That's
You use
what
the
it
word
is.
system.
Isn't that what it's a justice system, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Or process, court process.
Or process, you know, all that's tied to the same thing.
So you're still not going to believe it.
I mean, I'm still, but look,
Believe
why do
the
you want me
proof.
to prevent something that's not me? Why do you want me to, like, that's crazy in itself.
Do you need stuff to be shown to you in order for you to believe it?
You just showed me a lot of the stuff you had.
And you still don't believe it?
It has nothing, it doesn't come back to me is what I'm telling you. As far as what you're saying that happened.
Like what? Give me an example.
You said somebody was, you know, in the car with people driving around, you know.
I said that? I never said
Well,
that.
your man here just said that.
Mhm.
But you guys are saying the same stuff, right? Unless you jump in and, you know, and say, oh, well, then you saying just as much as he's saying, because you guys are partners. You're working in this together. So if he said it, you said it, for the most part.
So, give me an example.
All right, I'm confused. What do you mean? Give you
I
what?
don't know, you just the one that said it. You were going to give me an example, and then you didn't give me an example.
I don't remember saying I was going to give you an example. Of what? What?
Of something that you're being accused of.
You said I'm being accused of getting in the car with people driving around with them, right? That's what I said. I just referred to if he said it, you said it, because you guys are partners.
So no matter what I show you, you're not going to believe it. I can show you video, pictures,
You showed me all the videos.
freaking movies, huh?
You showed me all the videos and pictures, all right? I seen everything.
You don't believe it.
Look, I told you, if it's not me, that's. Why would I want to believe this, especially something like this, if it is me?
Yeah. When you videotape yourself, is that like your alter ego that does it? And you come back later on? Because it was you. Looks like you, sounds like you, moves like you. It's you.
It's got your
I don't know what to
DNA.
tell
It's
you.
got, I mean,
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys my DNA.
The other things do.
Well, see, you guys are jumping around, so because I'm trying to keep up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's
slow it
go
down.
back a
Slow
little
it
bit.
down.
I'll go back a little bit. So everything that's on your phone, because your face, you videotape yourself, especially when you got your hair done. When you went to the beautician and you got your hair done. That's all you. Ain't nobody else.
Okay.
Unless you have a twin brother.
You never said anything. My hair done. I don't understand what point that is.
No, I'm telling you, I saw your video of you getting your hair done. Nothing illegal about that. Ain't nothing trying to trick you.
I know, but what's your point?
So that's you on your phone. Later on, you're doing something else on your phone. Later on, you're doing something else on your phone. And each time, it's your face, your voice, even to the point where you got the gun and you're freaking practicing how to rob somebody.
Practicing how to rob somebody.
Yeah. What was it?
I mean, why else are you saying that? You pointing the gun at the mirror. This is a robbery.
Put your hands up.
Moving your head to the side, moving the gun to the side,
Okay.
practicing. What is the point of that then? Tell us.
I just was doing that. I mean, I just, got this thing I wanted to use.
Okay. So you're messing around. Is that safe to say?
You pretty much can call it that, yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, I was just, messing around with the gun, but like I said, I don't understand what point that is as far as, taking it as far as that, or farther than that.
Is that a question or is that like?
No, because you said I was pointing a gun, and pretty much in preparation, it sounds like you're trying to say.
You said it.
No, well, you just
I
said
know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You
You said it.
No, you said preparation because you pretty much was basically saying you're in the mirror, saying it's a robbery, pointing a gun in certain directions, and then you accusing me of this. So obviously you saying I was, preparing for it.
You were.
That's the same thing as preparation.
Renee says they have no real proof that it was him and tries to claim that it is a stretch to believe that just because they have a video of him mimicking a holdup doesn't mean he actually committed such a crime. Renee seems intent on denying everything until the end.
You were.
Okay, I was preparing for it.
So you agree then? You were preparing for
No,
it.
I'm just admitting to what he's saying. Basically, he's saying I was preparing for it.
And are you agreeing with that you were preparing for it?
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying it because nobody gets confused because if you just leave something out, the witness is just looking crazy. Like, I don't understand what your point is, so I need to make sure I clarify. Yeah, he's pretty much saying I was in preparation.
Okay. And what are you saying you were doing?
I told you I was just had a new BB gun. I'm just messing around with it.
Mm-hmm. Or you're just messing around. What other videos would be on your phone?
I got a lot of videos on the phone. Well, at least as far as that, just me messing around with it.
Mess around with the gun.
Yeah.
Well, let me try to figure something out here because going back to you don't talk to anybody, you don't talk to girls, you don't have friends, you stay to yourself. Again, why do you have text messages in your phone to a female? And several outgoing calls to her. Why? How would that happen? At least explain that to me. How would that happen? How would you send somebody text?
Like I said, I want to go more into it, but I honestly really don't recall,
Okay.
that ever happened. Me calling anybody or anything like that on my phone.
That's a fair answer. So it could have happened, but you don't recall.
Well, if it happened, I don't see why I would not remember that, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because you're talking about a girl, and I don't talk to girls.
I mean, did you look at her as a girl, or maybe did you look at her as something else? Maybe she wasn't a girl to you. Maybe she was something else.
I don't know, I mean, a girl's a girl, for the most part.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, will look at other, like girls walking around and look at them like an animal or something else, How do you look at people? When you see a girl walk by you, how do you look, what do you think about them? How do you feel about that human that's walking by you?
Yeah, it's a girl, it's a human being, I don't know, man. I mean, it's not much, thought put into it. It's a girl, she's walking past you. What more can you possibly think out of that?
Do you like girls?
Do I like girls?
Sexually. As a preference. Sexual preference.
I don't know. I'm in shock. I don't know.
Do you like guys?
I don't know, definitely not.
I don't believe you.
I like that. It's possible. Anything's possible.
I base my opinion on how I've seen you handle yourself here and on your phone with other videos and the way you talk. I don't think that you've come to be honest with yourself.
I'm as honest as I can be with myself.
when it comes to your sexuality?
I know, like I said, I know I don't like guys, but as far as girls, I don't know. I just I don't really care for something like that. It's not, something I can. I'm homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get involved with girls because you're homeless?
Kind of have a place, something, I don't know, something to offer. I don't. So because of that, I can't get involved with that.
Okay, so you can't get involved with them, so you're getting somewhere. You look at them, you see girls. Do you see girls as weak?
Scientifically, they are,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see them as well. I mean, equal as far as a man. You talking about?
Yeah, like,
Equal to a man.
like let's say you were gonna, you had a choice of robbing a girl or a guy. Which one would you rob?
I won't rob neither.
Okay.
This question earns a laugh from Renee. If he isn't going to be foolish enough to volunteer information, he certainly isn't going to say he would choose to rob a woman, even hypothetically.
So if you had to get into a fist fight, would you rather get into, and you had no choice but to fight one of them? Who would you fight, the female or the male?
I don't see myself getting into a fist fight with a female, so definitely probably guys.
I would pick a female.
You would pick a female.
Hell yeah, I freaking whoop her ass, it's fine. Why take the chance of getting my ass whooped by a guy?
Why would you not pick a
Well,
female?
Because you like, huh?
Why would you not pick a female?
Like I said, because I don't get involved with females like that. Like meaning I don't have that kind of confrontation with them. As far as if it does get in, to something like that, it usually be a split. Usually when you get into a fight with a woman, it's because I don't know. It's a guy just forgets his place.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy. He's got I guess let it ride. But definitely a guy, like I said, because it's like saying you typically are gonna see guys around guys, so it's like if something usually happens, it's gonna happen based off that person is normally around. It's close, whatever's closer to them. So like guys, they normally are around guys. So usually for guys around girls, because he's dating them, so you're not gonna just see a guy hanging around a girl because that's typically a friend. Now it doesn't mean that it can't be the case, but that's very rare. Usually guys hang around girls, it's a girlfriend. And then they could be around other guys because they're friends, so the likelihood of them getting into a fight with a guy is higher versus a girl.
Let me ask you a personal question. Are you a remorseful person?
Remorse.
You understand what the...
Yeah, but I don't do anything to people as far as to look back on it and feel bad about it.
So you don't, right now you're not feeling bad about anything?
I have nothing to feel bad about other than I got myself in here because I allowed myself to be out on the street.
So your answer is you haven't done anything to be remorseful about?
What?
So your answer is that you don't have anything to be remorseful about?
Yeah, because it's like I'm not involved with people like that to be having all these kind of things clouding my head, my mind.
Well, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to be put in a position to feel remorseful. And if you don't feel remorseful for what you did, you are an animal then.
If you still accuse me, like I said, I mean, it's
Yeah,
I'll be out real soon.
We're past that point.
Yeah.
We're not accusing you. You did it. We were actually trying to figure out why and what type of person you were that would cause or what would cause you to do stuff like that. Because honestly, I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you made some mistakes. I really do. But I don't think you're a bad guy. I mean, from sitting here and talking to you, it's just, you do not seem like a bad guy. You seem like you made some mistakes. And right now you're feeling that, you know, you're backed in a corner, and you're just denying everything. It's your only sense of comfort is to sit here and deny everything. But from talking to you, I don't think you're a bad guy. If it was under different circumstances, you know, I'd probably hang out with you. You honestly, you're not a bad guy. I honestly think you made a mistake. Several mistakes. But we can make those mistakes right. We really can. And the only way we're going to make them right, that's up to you. You need to be right with yourself.
I told you guys everything I know. I mean,
Well, you didn't tell us everything you know, unless you've forgotten about everything you've done in the past couple weeks.
And everything they've already recorded.
And everything you've recorded. Listen.
Again, like I said, I told you as much as I know. As much as I know as far as the questions you guys are asking.
So you didn't kidnap anybody?
I didn't kidnap anybody.
I'm going to tell you something. Again,
Renee flatly denies kidnapping anyone after claiming he has done nothing to warrant feeling remorseful. These are the kind of statements that the prosecution will use to its advantage.
people make mistakes. Okay? I have a close friend that I grew up with that's in prison. Okay? He's doing 75 years. Okay? For kidnapping, ironically. And his biggest thing was he couldn't bring himself, he was disgusted with what he did, and he just wanted to forget about it, you know. And now that he looks back at it, he's like, you know, it was a mistake. And now he's right with himself, he's right with his family, he's right with everyone he knows, he's right with the victims, you know. Right now you have a chance to explain yourself, to show that, you know, to show the world that you're not a violent monster that, you know, you're being painted as.
I don't care what the world thinks, because the world got me in here. Doesn't matter.
No, actually, you got yourself in here
I
for
put
this.
myself in here. I wasn't the one that put myself in the cuffs and dragged myself in. No, I didn't.
Okay, but you were the one that was robbing and kidnapping
Like I said, I'm innocent.
people.
I'll be out real soon.
I disagree with everything he just told you. I think you're calculated. I think you use your escape of your own big world as a way of not having to deal with what you do in this world, in this society. You have selective memory.
Doesn't do you no good, right? Because obviously I'm still in this predicament, so that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't do you any good or me any good?
It doesn't do me any good, I said.
No. No.
So it doesn't make any sense.
So the word is called acceptance. Accept where you are and who you are. And without that, you can kid yourself for the rest of your life.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
Keep pushing that.
you are going somewhere.
It won't be where you think.
Hmm?
It won't be where you want.
Because you're innocent?
No doubt. Who doesn't know that already?
You are the only one that believes that. And ultimately, in your reality, that's all that matters.
I did. And as far as the buddy over here and the rest of the crew, they dragged me into that, whatever that place is, investigation. You know.
So you're going to be out soon?
I'm innocent. I don't see why not.
Does that mean you want your property back?
What's the point? You guys probably already got rid of it.
No. We got it in storage.
I'll probably get a new one.
You gonna buy a new mask and gun and everything?
Maybe a new gun. That thing is branded with all this crap.
Gabriel, man, you got zero chance of ever buying a gun. Remember that word?
I never would buy a real gun. I can't buy a real gun, you're right.
Acceptance. That's what I'm gonna leave you with, because I'm done talking to you.
Well, this conversation ended before it started, so.
I think I got to know you a little better today.
Yeah, like I said, you one of them. You talk to me, you've seen me, you think you know me, so. I can't prove you anything, or convince you, other than what you think.
Well, you don't need to prove or convince anything. You just need to be honest for once and stop having these memory lapses of when you do violent crimes. You know, maybe apologize for what you've done. Maybe admit your mistakes. Maybe you can start off there.
Remorse, I think I used that word, remorse.
You know, maybe some accountability.
I was supposed to be here, I was told not to do this, but like I said, I'm my own person, so I don't listen to them.
I hear you. I respect that. That I definitely respect. You got anything else?
Well, I'm just waiting for Mr. Gabriel here to, you know. Explain his side of the story.
They started to feed at the place already.
There isn't much point in persisting in the interrogation, and the detectives decide to start wrapping things up.
Go make sure you get something to eat. Ready to go?
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Are you ready to go is the question.
That answers your question, I'm not supposed to be here.
Nope. That doesn't answer my question at all.
Hang on a minute here, Gabriel.
You want some water?
No water? You want something to snack on or anything? Shit? Okay.
What's going on, bro?
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what it's doing?
Let's go get the car.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you anything.
It doesn't matter, man. I don't care. If I did, I wouldn't be here. I would have refused.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So what do you guys do with this space after you get done interrogating and grilling people? Just close out? Oh my God.
The detective allows for a period of uncomfortable silence, which Renee eventually tries to fill with small talk. Since it isn't relevant to the case, he gets no response. Distraught, Parker Bell fired a .40 caliber pistol into the floor, sending the room, which included several civilians, into a panic as people ducked for cover.
I can only imagine we guys have the news crew out now. Is that what this is about? Yeah, I bet you. What a surprise me.
Well, I'm surprised you will be, dude, because I don't function that way, my man. I don't need all that.
No function. I was listening the other day. I was relieved from the custody.
Okay, that's not us. That's totally different people. When we were around, no. Do we have anything to do with that? No.
How did I get here, man? How did I get here? Oh boy. What car is he getting? The vehicle we just got out of?
No, I was kidding.
So what's the whole?
He told me to wait.
So you guys don't communicate.
He told me to wait.
What's waiting for what? Till he would leave, or we just sitting here answering a bunch of questions, so there's nothing else to do.
I'm not asking you anything. You're asking me
I
the question.
understand, but I'm telling you, it's only two things you can do in an office space like this. You can either ask me questions, or it's just time to leave. So what's there to wait for?
He's the boss.
It's not a theater, so I mean, what else are we waiting on?
Renee goes frustrated with being forced to sit there while they wait. Although it is hard to understand why he's bothered. He isn't being questioned, and he's only going to be moved to another room to sit in much the same manner.
Yes, Lieutenant Lee from the Sheriff's Office. I got a message to give you a call. Okay. 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 And what are you needing? Okay. You don't have anybody that works for your agency that speaks Spanish strictly? And how long is it going to take? I'm already shorthanded. Not sure I can get it. Where's it going to be at? The comm center?
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Interview is concluded by 26.
It is finally time for Renee to leave, and he shows the most interest he has so far during his interrogation. Gabriel Rene remains in jail without bond and is awaiting trial. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like the video, and if you want to support the channel even more, there's a Patreon link in the description below. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.